PLC's National Lottery is safe. Goodbye, Hester.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So, Pliny, that is why we have a lottery.
And a lot of trees, but don't you think, Hester, that in a fair society the government should see to the well-being of the weak, rather than imposing what might be described as a tax on its most desperate citizens?
No, I don't think that. It could be you.
It could be poo, like a bird's poo.
There, Pliny. Wasn't that exciting?
Egg, he said egg.
See you next time, me hearties.
An egg.
Camelot mocked by scatological crows. Do you understand the lottery now, Rich?
Yeah, the crows have made it much clearer, Stu.
Okay, I'm glad you understand. Did it help to clarify world events for you, those crows, Queen Ricky?
No, I'm still in the dark.
Well, it can't get any simpler, let's face it.
Rich. Thanks, Stu. Thanks for handing over to me. Now it's time to meet a new friend of mine. I met him in the fruit and veg section of the old curiosity shop. And let me tell you, he's one of those real-life characters you just couldn't make up. Please welcome the Curious Orange! Yay!
Hello, Mr. Rich. Hello, Mr. Stew. I am Curious Orange.
It's all right, the Curious Orange. Don't be nervous. Just act naturally.
Yeah. Just act like any other head-sized speaking piece of citrus fruit naturally. Right?
Just be like, you know, when we met, when you were a bit cheeky and everything. Just, you know, do like that. It'll be fine. Go on. So, what are you curious about? No, go on. It's all going to be okay. Don't worry. What are you curious about this week, the Curious Orange?
Well, Mr. Rich, I was curious about this little
Come
question.
on!
Joe, she's his first
I was wondering, why do flamingos stand on one leg? Why don't they stand on two legs, like everybody else? I'm very curious to know the answer to this curiosity.
Well, I can answer that one for you, the Curious Orange. You see, flamingos' legs have a high surface area to mass ratio. This makes them very susceptible to heat loss, especially given they spend a lot of time standing in water. So many water birds have evolved the habit of tucking one of their legs up into their feathers to avoid and to decrease this heat loss by up to 50%.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really interesting. It's great. Is that all right?
Yeah, it was really good. Well done.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's all right.
Is your curiosity satisfied now, Curious Orange?
Yes, Mr. Stew.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Curious Orange.
The Curious Orange, Steve! Curious Orange.
The sins of the father shall return upon the child threefold and 10. No one said God was fair.
Unusual priest there.
He's unusual, isn't he?
He is certainly unusual.
He's coming back.
We have a guest now to talk to, and our guest today is Britain's best female comedian.
Apart from Mrs. Merton.
Who's better, yeah. And it's Jenny Eclair, please.
Hello, Jenny.
Richard.
Hello, Jenny. How you doing?
I've gone off you.
Have you?
Yes, I never liked you.
Why not? What have I done wrong?
You said that I wasn't as funny as Mrs. Merton.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was only a joke.
Sulking now.
You are. She's a fiction.
You know when he ravished you earlier, you've got something under your shoe. I think you've still got the price on. Yes, you have.
They have.
£69.95.
We said you not say anything rude, Jenny. You
I'm
said
not going to.
£69.95.
One person's licence fee there, down the toilet. Yes, it's yours, you. My gran, you paid for this, do you understand?
Jenny, you've been on the real Rich and Judy show. Were they as professional as we are?
That just reminded me. You know,
Why?
Stuart's
Why
boot.
did that remind you of
Well,
the real Rich and Judy?
I once went on the show in a pair of boots, and it was Richard and Judy or Anne and Nick. I can't really recall the difference.
Well,
and I got rather cosy like this with my boots, and I had a dog turd underneath my shoe. It was most unfortunate. I can say dog turd.
Turd's all right.
Yes.
3 times
Doggy
now.
poo.
Because you can say winky, but you can't say the Latin name for a winky.
Okay, leave
it
So
now.
you can say
Yeah. You've been described in the Mirror as, in the Daily Mirror, as Britain's most outrageous woman. Do you think that's true? Do you think you are the most outrageous woman in Britain?
No, I don't, because I sometimes think I'm probably the dullest woman in Britain. I mean, it's not...
Well, you are.
We've shared flats, you know the sad truth. But I know it's not as if I go running around Sainsbury's shrieking and biting people.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I do, actually, sometimes. But, No, it's a bit exhausting, that tag, but...
Well, you're quite outrageous, but you're no
sometimes.
Rosemary West, are you? Let's face it.
The thing I wanted to get onto was both of you have something in common. You probably don't know this, but both of you, Rich and Jenny, have appeared naked in the theatre.
Yes, yes, but I was actually on stage at the time.
I know, there is that. No, full frontal nudes in proper plays, these two.
Yes, well, I did actually see your genitalia.
Can we say genitalia?
Because I took my opera glasses with me.
She got you.
You did get me.
Small.
I did,
My whole genitals are small.
I did do a play last year called Steaming, and there was nudity, and nobody really minds bras coming off, but it's when pants come off that people go, ooh! And my mother was in on the first night, and bra came off, pants came off, and all I could hear was my mother going, oh my God! And then I got stuck in my bra once. You know what that's like.
Oh no, look, it's Dan but no bacon. It's escalated. He's got beer now.
No, I'm sorry. Oh,
no, it was a trick glass. A trick glass. See, he's got a sense of fun.
Yeah.
Anarchy is not work, is it? Anyway, we've seen what happens when Dan but no bacon attacks. Now, let's see this.
Good links, Judy.
Yeah.
Like all mothers, Mother Nature is evil, seeking to attack us by any means necessary. Hi, I'm Greg Evigan, one of the dads from My Two Dads. We all know what happens when weather attacks, when animals attack, and when geological phenomena attack. But do we know what happens when insects attack? This week, flies.
Well, accordingly, you will owe us...
Well, it was a very stuffy day, and we'd had the window open all day. Which I imagine is how the fly gained access to the office in the first place.
Remember, this is genuine amateur camcorder footage.
The first thing I knew about it is when I saw the fly land on a book on a colleague's desk. Then suddenly it zoomed towards me and started buzzing around my head. It almost went in my eye. Well, after a couple of seconds I realised what must be happening, and I managed to stand up and sort of shoo it out of the window. Then I sat back down and carried on with my work. That's about it, really.
Well, David certainly won't be leaving the window open again, however stuffy it gets. He has learned to his cost the terror that can strike when insects attack. I'm Greg Evigan. Goodbye.
I made this.
Greg Evigan there.
Yeah.
See, he's still working.
Greg goes, I made this at the end, but you may have missed it. You know, we were hoping to popularise it as a kind of catchphrase, but never mind. Right, we've got... Remember, the phone lines are still open in our profit-making phone opinion poll.
Yeah, the question is, do you think the TV programmes that use profit-making opinion polls are ripping off the public? Do you see what we've done there? It's quite funny.
And we've got some results in so far. 304 people rang in to say yes. 55 people rang in to say no, they are. And 341 people, a staggering 49%, the majority so far, think, well, maybe they are, but don't really care one way or the other.
Uncommitted.
And you can phone in on those real numbers.
Keep phoning.
Yeah.
Because we make more money then. Thank you very much.
If you read the papers yesterday, or a week ago, if it's now the Friday night repeat, you'll have seen Mr Justice Harman resigned. He's a judge notable for making a few crazy statements in his career. Perhaps the most outrageous, when a woman in his court asked to be addressed as Ms, and he said, I've always thought there are only 3 types of women in the world: wives, whores and mistresses.
Oh, it's a ridiculous thing to say. That is awful,
yeah.
isn't it? I mean, because there are only 2 types, wives and whores. How could he...
That is worse.
No, I'm joking.
Right.
I'm joking, of course. In the bad old days, honestly, in the 70s, men used to genuinely believe that there were only 2 types of women, the angel and the whore. It's pathetic. I'm glad I live in the 90s with the Spice Girls and girl power. They've shown how ridiculous that is. 2 types of women. There are actually 5 types of women. 5 very distinct types, Stu, not 2, like you and Bernard Manning.
I don't think that I've said.
And the Spice Girls each represent 1 of the 5 types.
I'd love to see you explain how that works.
All right, Stu, I will, with the aid of these cardboard cutouts.